and welcome to Payday Pawn Vlogs. Today's video is going to be very important. Please watch this video all the way because it's very beneficial, and we're going to be talking in this video about the car title loans because it's a serious matter that happens and many people ask for it to make a video about car title loans. So listen up please, that might be your problem happening right now, and this video will teach you, show you the path that you can take in case of repossessions happen. Okay, so please like, subscribe, and stay with us. Like I said, we're going to talk about car title loan. Title loan is the one that if your car is paid off, you come up with some kind of money for some bills and party or something big happens, you're getting married, something, you know, just imagine what you're doing. And you take your title, it's been paid off, you don't owe any money and you have no liens on it, so you can cash your title, take it to the pawn shop, pawn the title, and get the money. Simple as that. Number one thing I can explain that to you is, if you have any other resources or sources that you can use and fulfill your need, please do that before you do the title loan. Because in the United States, I'm sure in Canada, England, Germany, they have that too. I really don't know the laws, but it's going to be similar, okay? But we're talking about United States only. So people do that all the time. And from my experience, working at the pawn shop, starting the pawn shops for 20 years, I came to this reality that people borrow too much money. They get too much money. Why? Because they think they can get it, you know, since it's available, you can get it and use the heck out of it. Just like credit cards. If you remember the first time you got the credit card and you wanted to jam it up, and sometimes they forget what the need was, because as soon as they get the money, they just kind of destroy it. And this video is going to address that issue. Okay, let's start this video as if you already done the title loan, because this whole video is about repossession. When does repossession happen? Because mostly it's 30 days and 30 days grace period, so you have 60 days to pay your payment or recover your loan completely. So without going to that detail, I want to just keep addressing the repo. You've done the loan and you came to the problem that you did not have money to pay on that payment, or neither you were able to pick up the car. So the repo companies are called, pawn shop will call them, they will get your car and take it to their yard or wherever they keep it, and now you're upset, you're mad, you're sad. You know, all those things, those are normal. But this video is about if the repo happens to you, what to do in that case. Okay, here are some points that you can really count on, and they're going to be beneficial for you. See, from my experience, number one thing what people do is when the repo is completed, they pick up that phone and they're angry. They start cussing and hollering, and I will talk to my attorney, this, that, another. They will do, I'm coming over there with my friend, blah, 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 blah. All that happens. I don't want you to do all that, okay? In case of repo, like I said, repo is not the end of the world. It happens every day. There are certain steps that you take due to the safety and everything else, because when pawn shop completes a repo, that means they're in right, okay? And you've already signed all those contracts and repo agreement papers and power of attorneys and all that. So make sure you understand all that, because hollering at people, threatening them people is not going to get you anything, okay? So this is the path that you will take, okay? Next few items that I'm going to explain that to you, that's going to keep you in a safe position with that. You can end this standoff with the pawn shop, and you can recover your car without any problem. Number one thing is always be nice. Whoever you're talking to, introduce yourself properly and say, hey y'all just completed the repo, y'all picked up my car, what's gonna happen, what steps I need to take so I can get my car back, because I use that car to go to work or whatever the situation is, okay? So be nice. Being nice actually brings you more closer to the conclusion and resolution of this problem that occurred in case of repo. Be nice to the people, okay? Because there are laws that protect the pawn shops, okay? Unfortunately, if you don't follow the steps, there are not too many laws that protects you, okay? And don't assume anything, because sometimes people can assume things like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, I'm going to hustle them out. It doesn't work like that, because once a repo is completed, there is a step-by-step process that you have to follow. So being nice, number one, is the ultimate. You know, when you're nice to people, they will be more willing to talk to you and more willing to work with you. Like I say, it's not the end of the world. So what can you do then? Be nice and set up an appointment with them, either on the phone, and if you are comfortable, you can go to the store. Like I say, pawn shop is not your enemy, okay? So being nice, number one, is the very important thing. Number two, if the pawn shop has completed the repo, they have done all their diligence. They waited for 30 days, they gave you a 30-day grace period, and the day 60th is the last day of your car title loan, okay? That's the last day. After that, you lose it. At midnight of the 60th day, pawn shop will come and pick up your car, or the repo people will come pick up your car, and they are in right with that, okay? You can be at the grocery store, you can be at sleeping, it's in a parking lot, they can pick up anywhere, okay? So the best thing I will say is, number one protection is, do something before that day. After they pick up the car, you really don't have time. You're exhausted. You have exhausted all the time, okay? And mostly the pawn shops, you know, right next day or so, they will put in the auction, because they want to get their money back out so they can keep reinvesting that money that you didn't pay them. So they have to even out somewhere, okay? So the best thing I will say is, before your loan completely expires, call the pawn shop. Make sure you make arrangements. They might charge you some extra fee, or if you're nice to them, they might give you more days after your grace period, okay? That can be, at least in our pawn shops, we do that. So that's a possibility for that, okay? Number three, do not assume things. Because it's your car, we understand that, we hear that. You can say that so many times. You can do that. It's your car for sure. But the pawn shop has a lien on it, okay? So legally they can repo that. So all you can do is, if the repo is completed, you can make arrangements with them. Obviously, the car will go to the auction. They will much rather be happy to sell it back to you and be done with that. And most of the pawn shop, they don't want to go through the hustle of, you know, shipping the car to the auctioneer and then get auctioned and pay the fees and all that. They'd much rather work with you. So please understand this small point that can make a huge difference, okay? That can. Okay, the next one is a very important point to understand, okay? And this is where a lot of people fail, and that happens quite a few times, and you will end up in a court on a serious matter that can occur due to this thing that I'm going to explain in next step. I've seen one thing quite often. What people do is, when they are late and they know this loan is going to expire, they start hiding the cars. You know, put it somewhere else, on some neighbor's yard, hide it, put it in the backyard, lock it somewhere in there where the car is not visible, okay? You gotta understand one thing. There's a such thing, lien, okay? Once we have the lien on your car becomes a financed item, because you financed it, got the money from us, and then by law, hiding a financed item where we cannot approach it, that's illegal. That can be a felony. It depends on the magistrate judge, how mad they are or how they're going to handle it, but it's a punishable crime, okay? So do not go in that direction, because hiding, you can keep the car for 3 months, 4 months, 6 years, okay? There will be a time that they will get your car, or if they decided to take you to the court, then the next step starts, because it's a financed item, and what we do is we file for that you're hiding the financed property. That means felonies, like if you got a $2,000 loan, it might be some judge that will charge you with a felony charge and demand you to produce the car so the pawn shop can complete the repo. Also, understand one more thing, that if the repo is completed, it's going to be many more fees, okay? Travel fees, the fuel fees, or it can be $200, $300, $400 repo fee that you pay. So I will say, don't go in those directions, okay? Because your options are very limited. Yeah, you can talk to your attorney and this, that, and other, but attorneys, they read laws too, and pawn shop they have very good ground to stand on it, and mostly pawn shops will not do illegal, crappy stuff that becomes liability for them, because what we do is with the repo and all that, this is a usual business for us. So please don't do that, okay? All these little scenarios that I presented, this topic can be very long. I don't want to make this video too long where you are just bored and not listening to, not watching to, and you will miss out so many points. So let's say they completed the repo and you want to give them a call. Hey, this is so-and-so. Y'all completed repo yesterday, my car was taken from my work, or something like that. What is the next step? What can I do? And then they will have options for you. It depends, how long the loan has been out there, how long they had to look for you, how many fees they paid and all that. Mostly, in our stores sometimes, based on situations, we add up all those fees and everything. And then you have to pick up your car at once, okay? There is no payment plan, So please understand that so many fees they get attached to the tab that becomes very difficult, You might have a $2,000 loan, and then $300 for the repo fee, maybe $100, $200 for the gasoline for the repo company. Most of them, they do charge it. And even though state says only charge people for $50, clearly, they say that. I don't know where you can find a repo man for $50, okay? So don't be the victim in this one. Be the winner in this one. Pay your payments, keep your loans going, work on your money, put your money together, and walk like a winner. Because we're there to help you. And we want to keep the same good relationship with you that we started with. We are not your enemies. The pawn shop people are not your enemies. Okay, so we did talk about this brief, episodic type conversation just to get you understand where you stand with the repossession process. If you like the video, you might have some more questions. I will be glad to take your questions. Please feel free to ask me any questions in the comment section so we can really get to the bottom of this, okay? And I am not shy of the questions, so you can ask me any questions that will help you set your path and keep your safety and security of your car, so you can just keep riding, keep taking care of the loan, or whatever the resolution is, you can come up with that. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We need your help on this channel because we're the only channel that really openly talks about pawn business. So please be the part of it. And at the end of the day, we're all people. We all have needs. We are all human beings. We make mistakes. We do things. So at times they're not appropriate, okay? But don't be victim in that, please. Alright, so I will talk to you in my next video, okay? And please send me the questions. Until then, you take care of yourself, you take care of your family, and I'll see you again. Till then, good luck, goodbye.